Hello, and welcome to my home. I would like to share with you what it is that I'm going to be presenting. I'm going to be presenting my poetry um, from my papers here, and I just want to share with you I'm a very happy and proud graduate of Bennett College. My name is Sierra Leone Dixon, and I graduated in the class of 1979. All right. So, my first set of poetry that I'd like to share with you, I've given it a title of Riddles and Wit. So it's got some riddles where you have to think about it, and also it leaves it has themes with certain messages that you will be able to pick up as you listen to the poem. So the first one is called True Power. True power is having enough self-confidence not to need to exploit others. True power. The second riddle or brain teaser, synonyms, riddles, brain teasers, poems that make you think, where the obvious is not obvious in the poem. You have to let it marinate, and then it'll come to you with the messages. And as I share with my students, that the message is not going to be the same for everybody because we all have different experiences. And so we receive poetry in our own creative, unique ways. Gratitude. Thank you for the happiness. Ignorance understood. Youth was quick to tolerate what wisdom never would. My next poem is called And If By Chance. And if by chance we dance to the beat of a different drummer, it is up to neither one of us to accuse the other of being out of step. Flowers. This poem is entitled Flowers. Flowers. Tangible thoughts perched upon a stem, dressed in pretty colors to remind you of him. And I wrote this poem when I was a student at Bennett, 1977, and it's entitled A Great Thought. I used to think that only meek people with weak minds fell in love. Then it occurred to me that the stronger people who never feel, never laugh, never cry, never care, never live. From my Bennett College days. And so the next, we're still in under riddles and brain teasers and wit. Okay, the last one I'd like to do is called The Prophecy. How close we were yesterday before the sun went down, long before a new dawn came and crept upon us so suddenly that tomorrow forgot to come. And so with this riddle, I challenge my audience to answer this question. Is this couple still together, or did they break up? And how do you justify your answer within the text? Okay. So my next subtitle for poetry is Storm Clouds, When Life Won't Behave. We all know that life is a series of cycles of getting it back together and then it falling apart and then you have to put it back together again. The ups and the downs, as my mother would say. And the name of this poem is called Gone. And I'm not sure which book Gone is in. So let me show you this particular book that I'm holding in my hand. Okay. This is the early version of Childhood and Blueberry Muffins before it was ever published. And now it's been published as recent as 2021 and 2022. I ended up with two publishers, but let me share with you this poem entitled Gone. So just hang in there. It's coming. Here it is. And in my early version of this book, before it was published, it used to look like this. Doesn't look like this anymore. Thank you for your patience. Okay, gone. 10,000 times my heart like a vase drops from your hand onto the floor, doing what a vase does, scattering into pieces as it crashes and dashes across the floor. No need for the paramedic. The dustpan is the morgue, the trash can the dumping ground. For yet another time, I didn't learn from all those times before. Not only will the pieces never grow back together, there can be no healing, only a dumping kind of feeling when you know something so valuable is simply destined to be thrown away. Oh. And I like to share this poem with you. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm very proud of this poem. Although it's angry, although it's bitter, because we do know that life sometimes is angry and bitter, but I wrote this poem when I was 17 years old. I knew nothing about parenting. So, how I captured what I captured at the age of 17 still mystifies me. It's called Nothing. I ain't had time to think about the kids. Not you or us nor nothing. They've all grown and left me alone, and now what's left is nothing. And the same for you also holds true. Left me and the kids with nothing. Don't have them, never did have you, and to you I know it don't mean nothing. I'm sick, I'm old, and I'm leaving soon. Don't send me no card or nothing. Let me go in peace in my pine box. And I ain't ashamed of the holes in my socks. And don't send me no flowers or nothing. Again, sometimes life, like a bad child, just doesn't act right. And I did write that when I was 17. My last poem from that series is Six Twice. Wait. Oh, I'm going into another series now. This is entitled, this is a happy series too. You know, sometimes we're rolling high in life. Sometimes we're on cloud nine. And so don't that black man just make you want to scream. This is from my other book. Hasn't been published yet, but I do have a copyright on it. This is what they look like before they get published. Don't that black man just make you want to scream. Okay. And this is, theme poem is always at the back of my book. Oh, how that black man just makes me want to scream. Like how he can see right through me and tell me what I'm thinking when I still don't quite know myself. Like how he can keep me up all night looking for the answer when there isn't one. Thick like a tree, dark as a secret, rich as the soil, able as a mighty river. Oh, there's just something about that black man that just makes me want to scream. And so I ended up writing this poem after watching some really negative news coverage over black men being shot, killed, chased by the police, whatever. I just wanted to put it out there into the universe that we have some very loving fathers, brothers who are black men, and they're in my family and in your family, and we love them, and they are at the tail end of a system sometimes that has not been very kind to them. I'll just leave it at that. Six Twice. Six Twice is a fairly recent poem that I have put together that I would like to share with this series. Six Twice. Six Twice. I remember when I turned 6. I asked excitedly, "Mommy, is today my birthday?" As I knocked on the bedroom door. Now, I'm 6 twice. This time, my heart breaks. There is no mommy. There is no daddy. There is no bedroom door. And my last poem that I would like to share comes out of my Dear Daughter series. My Dear Daughter series is a series of poems that I have written that start with Dear Daughter, and it simply leaves them with a lesson about life. And so this is my Dear Daughter series. Dear daughter, happiness is your responsibility. As life only gives you a minute to be happy. Blink, and what was once 5 candles on your birthday cake suddenly becomes 50. It's truly amazing how many decades can go by in a minute. So long before the hearse comes a-calling, before the nursing home can put you on her rolls, long before your arrival at those pearly gates. Live each day like you're never gonna do it again. Don't just chase happiness, catch her, because in a minute, this too shall pass. That's the collection of the poems that I would like to share with you tonight. I'd like to thank you for coming, and I'd like to end my closing with thank you so much, Bennett College, because so much of who I am comes through you and my experiences at that awesome HBCU. Thank you so much, and God bless.